So guys, welcome back, and today we are going to cover a very important part of fractions. We have already done two videos on fractions. This is the third video. In the first two videos basically we established the concept of fractions, how to find them on the number line and stuff. And today we will learn about comparison of fractions, which is again a very important topic. Let's quickly go and recap what we learned in the last video. So last video we learned about different types of fraction: proper, improper, mixed. What are equivalent fractions? We also learnt about an interesting property of equivalent fraction. Let me just quickly do it. 2 by 3 is equal to, let's say, 6 by 9. So if we multiply 9 and 2 and if we multiply 6 and 3, so basically opposite numerator and denominator, the value will always be same. 6 into 3 is 18 and 9 into 2 is also 18. So that's an important property. I thought let me revise again. Simplest form of fraction, as you can see right here, 6 by 9 is, it can be reduced to 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is the simplest form of fraction because the common factor is just 1. And then we learnt about like and unlike fractions. And today we will learn about comparison of fractions. Okay, comparison of fractions means which fraction has a larger value on the number line, okay, and which fraction has a smaller value. Is 1 by 2 larger than 1 by 3? I can write it by my experience, but when you look at it, how can you figure out that which fraction has a larger value? Is it 1 by 2 or is it 1 by 3? So the concept of comparison, first understand, is that when we draw a number line, and let me draw slightly larger 0 to 1. Let's say we divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 8 equal parts. So this will be 1 by 8. This will be 2 by 8, 3 by 8, 4 by 8, 5 by 8, 6 by 8, 7 by 8, 8 by 8 is 1, right? Now, this is 1 by 8, this is 1 by 4, simplest form mein. This is 3 by 8, this is 1 by 2. Now, if I ask you that where does, 4 by 5 lie on this, will you be able to tell me? Maybe not. So, but it is important to understand that when we are doing a like fraction, we see that 1 by 8 we know obviously is going to be smaller than 2 by 8, because 1 by 8 is one part of it, 2 by 8 is two parts of it, 3 by 8 is three parts of it. So that is basically for the purpose of understanding that we can basically arrange all the fractions with a value comparison, saying that this fraction has a larger value on the number line than that fraction. Okay, so that is the concept of fractions. Now comparing like fractions. What are like fractions? Let's go back and quickly revise the concept. Like fractions are fractions in which the denominator is the same. Okay, so if we have to compare like fractions, for example 2 by 4 and 3 by 4, we can easily understand that here it is only two parts of 4, but here it is three parts of 4. So these are like fractions. Okay? A simple rule in like fractions is that we will put the denominator as equal and then we will compare the numerator. The larger numerator, okay, will be larger fraction. That is a simple rule. But when denominator is same and constant across both the fractions. So that's the rule. Now let me give you one example. If you were to compare 2 by 7, okay, with 3 by 21, how will you make this comparison? Because when you look at it, it almost seems that they are not like fractions because the denominator is different. So whenever we get numbers like this or fractions, like this, first we have to see is that whether or not both the fractions are in their simplest forms, right? Here this is in its simplest form, but is this in its simplest form? No, this is not in its simplest form. So then what we should do? We should bring it to its simplest form to see if they are like fractions or not. When we do that, we see that actually it is 1 by 7. So in this case these are in simplest forms, and we have identified that these are like fractions, and now we can easily say that larger numerator is here, therefore 2 by 7 is greater than 1 by 7. So you look at it, if first reduce the fractions in their simplest forms. After reducing them in their simplest forms, if they are like, use this method. If you find that after reducing the fractions in their simplest forms, they are not like fractions, then I will tell you how to do the comparison. But for like fractions, this is a simple comparison method. Now comparing unlike fractions. So unlike fractions can have different properties, they can be of different shapes, and they can be of different forms. But another method of doing unlike fractions is that if the fractions they happen to have same numerator, okay. So for example, if it is 14 by 3 and then 14 by 5, or if it is 17 by 8 or 17 by 11, or it is 2 by 7 and then 2 by 11. In all these cases, we see that the numerator is the same. If the numerator is the same, then the fraction with the smaller denominator is a larger fraction. Smaller denominator is a larger fraction. Smaller denominator is a larger fraction. Why? Like I explained in the first video, that fractions basically are nothing. You're dividing the numerator by the denominator. If the divisor is a smaller number, your quotient value will be higher, right? And therefore the fraction will be of higher value. So if the numerator is same, if your divisor, basically denominator, is a smaller value, this will have a higher quotient, and hence this fraction will be larger. So that's the reason behind it. So remember this reason. While books will tell you that okay, numerator is equal, so smaller denominator, that fraction will be larger, but understand why. Okay, so this is very simple. If the number one is when the numerator is same, denominator, smaller denominator is actually larger fraction. So it is opposite to like fractions, where we said that if the denominators are same, then larger numerator is larger fraction. Here, if numerators are same, then smaller denominator is larger. And reasons I have just told you. So remember the reason. Understand the reason. It is important to know the rationale behind it. Now let's talk about when numerators are also different. Okay, so let's talk about 1 by 3 and then 2 by 7. Both of them are in simplest forms. Numerator is different, denominator is also different, therefore, and simplest forms, therefore we can safely assume that they are not like fractions, they are unlike fractions. Now in such cases, we will apply the concept of LCM, okay, and I will tell you, we learnt about LCM, the lowest common multiple, okay. What we will try to do is, we will try to make the denominator same so that they get converted as like fractions. So from unlike fractions, first we will convert them into like fractions. Why? Because once we convert them into like fractions like this, okay, we know that out of so many parts, what part the fraction is representing. Is it 6 parts of 8? Is it 7 parts of 8? Or is it 2 parts of 8? Here we don't know, that we don't have a common ground of comparison, because this fraction is divided into 3 equal parts, okay, and this is representing basically 1 part of 3, okay. Here this fraction is divided into 7 parts and this is basically 2 parts of 7. So we don't know. So what we will do is that we will find out the LCM of the denominator. Now why LCM? We will find out the LCM of the denominator because that LCM, okay, it will tell me which is the lowest common multiple of 3 and 7, right? So highest, though obviously there can be many multiples, but because we have to compare, and we have to compare with simplicity, and we have to compare with some ease. So we will identify which is the smallest number where 3 can also have a multiple and 7 can also have a multiple, so that we can make these fractions, the denominators, equal to the LCM. Once we have done that, then whatever equivalent fractions we will find out, we basically will have a fair comparison on the same base, right? That out of that so many parts which will be the LCM of these two numbers, this is X number of parts of the LCM and this is Y number of parts of the LCM. So that is why we apply the concept of LCM. So the LCM of 3 and 7 will be 21. Okay, so we see that 3 times 7 is 21. So what we will do is that we will multiply denominator by 7, and for equivalent fraction we also have to multiply numerator with 7, so that the value of 1 by 3 does not change, and the fraction which we get is 7 by 21. So we keep 7 by 21. Similarly here 2 by 7, now here the denominator is 21. Now we know that 7 can also have a denominator of 21, okay, if we multiply it by 3, and therefore top is 3. So 21, this is 6 by 21. So we see that this is 7 parts of 21 and this is 6 parts of 21. So now these two are like fractions and denominator is same. So larger numerator will be larger, okay. Therefore 1 by 3, okay, 1 by 3 is greater than 2 by 7. That is as simple as it gets. And we found out the LCM because it would be the easiest number to get to. So see, then we can get to the multiples of LCM also. 42 is the first multiple. If you want, you can make the denominator as 42 also. For that you will have to just multiply 2 and 2 here. It will become 7 2s are 14 and 21 2s are 42, right? So 1 by 3 can also be written as 14 by 42. And similarly here also you do 2 into 2 and it will become 12 by 42. But the thing is, when we can do a simpler multiplication, why do we go for a higher multiplication? Which is why we find LCM. Greater than the LCM, obviously multiples of LCM, you can continue to do it and you will get the same result. But we find out the LCM because we wish to, like here you will have to multiply it by 7, but here you will have to multiply it by 14. So why unnecessary multiply by 14 when you can actually multiply by 7 and get the result? So that's how, when the numerators are different, you can basically convert the fractions, okay, as like fraction, and then you can apply. Now if you remember, I also talked about what if the sometimes when we talked about the numerator is same, then obviously smaller denominator because it is dividing, so the quotient value will be larger where denominator is. So you can also argue that, you know, we can, why don't we find LCM of the numerator and then do it? Yes, we can do that. So we can find out the LCM of the numerator and we can make the numerators equal, and while creating equivalent fractions. So let's do that as well. LCM is of 1 by 2 will be 2. So basically 2 is 2, no problem. So we leave this as 2 by 7. If I have to convert the 1 by 3 numerator as 2, then I have to multiply by 2 and 2, and this becomes 2 and this becomes 6. So now my fractions are 2 by 6 and 2 by 7. So the numerators are same, and the number with the small fraction with the smaller denominator will be the larger fraction. So 2 by 6, you know, will be greater than 2 by 7, and 2 by 6 is nothing but 1 by 3. So the concept of LCM, you can basically take the concept and apply it to the, you can make the numerators the same or you can make the denominators the same, absolutely up to you. So, and that's the advantage of learning a concept rather than mugging up the method. So my earnest request is that learn the concept. So that's all with respect to, you know, learning about comparison of fractions. I am sure that using these simple concepts you will be able to compare any fractions that come to you. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any feedback, this is my email ID, please write to me. And if you do come across people who need or will benefit from the video, please share it with them. Thank you so much for watching.